Yeah, yeah. I'll never forgive Tim for that. That's why the band broke up. I just remembered that. Um, and he knew that I was. If you're into punk rock, and you know anything about it, and you're in, and now it's old school because it was old school then. In 2000, Pat Duncan had been having a punk rock show on Sunday nights on WFMU, and it goes to New York City and New Jersey. For at that point, he had been going for 35 fucking years. Now it would be 50, but the Pat Duncan show is no more. But everybody knows who Pat Duncan is. He's like a fixture. You know who Uncle Floyd was in New York City. You know who Ephraim Allen was. Pat Duncan. If you trust me, it's a big deal. And I was able to pick up. I used to buy or trade bootlegs of WFMU until the internet came along, and then you could pick it up. And you're talking about they'd have all the East Coast bands. People would come up from Florida to play. People would come out from the Midwest to play on the Pat Duncan show and get their sound done by Diane Ferris, Pat Duncan. And what was I going to say? Yeah, no. So it was, and that was a main line into punk of yesteryear and modern punk. Pat Duncan, he's been playing punk rock since you were a kid. Was the was the quote on there. And after Pat Duncan put us into rotation on his own, and I would call occasionally, and Pat would tell me, "Oh, you're the guy from the Miz. You have that turquoise blue song. I like that one." And I'll never forget it. Fucking mind melted. And he played it for 2 fucking years. We kept sending him files. I sent him outtakes and the Devil May Care and Days and Nod and all these songs we did, and he'd play them repeatedly. And we're talking about this is great. These are great bands. I mean, whatever. Even the West Coast bands used to come out to play. Pat Duncan had Green Day. Pat Duncan had all those bands. Everybody. If you ever did rock and roll, you went to Pat Duncan's. So finally, you know, I don't remember how, but uh, let me think. But it would go over the internet, and it was a live show. And I remember for some reason, um, he just said, "Why don't you guys just come on out here? Um, if you're in Albany, just come on out here and play in the studio." And I was like, "We made it. We did it. We fucking did it. We just got done with CB's. We're going back. We're playing in the city. I've been playing in the city for about almost 10 years now. We did it. We're going live on Pat Duncan." And I called every day over to Kings Road, and Ted's like, "I'm ready. I'll do it. I'll drive us out there." And I'm like, "It's gonna be murder, dude. We got to drag cabinets up 3 flights, and this is a big deal, though." Yeah, I can't wait. Tim would not was riding the fence, and I remember 2 weeks or about a week and a half before, sitting in Corliss Park, public housing, on the phone, and basically he wasn't going to do it. He didn't know, and that was it. The band was over. I was pissed because that to me would have been our crowning achievement. Yeah, and it was humiliating. It was humiliating, and it was totally fucking disappointing because he didn't want to go out to New York City and go live on the radio. This wasn't just any radio show. You know what I mean? Um, that's all I can tell you. It'd be instead of racing. If you were a race car driver, you didn't have to race your car around in East Greenbush or fucking or fucking Saratoga somewhere. You could, now you're going to the Sebring track in fucking Florida or whatever, or Indianapolis 500. Didn't want to do it. And he had done shit like that in the past where he just totally flaked out and fucked up on big time shit because he probably had I'm guessing he probably had an engagement with some tribute band or something, and he would rather make $500 than make history, you know. And yeah, that was and even Rich was disgusted. He's like, I can't fucking because Rich was helping us too. He's like, I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe he would do this. And at the time, there was no other drummer. You know, looking back, I would have called. No, I don't even know. But that's what happened. Yeah, that was the day I said, "Fuck this." But I was happy to get Bobby to take our place. It was fitting because that, you know, he was wearing the crown. That's where we're coming from. That school, we're East Coast. Yeah, I blocked that out in my mind. I fucking blocked that out. Yeah, someone out there knows. I'll never get over that. That was the end. And Renee had just left me at that point, and I was all alone. And wow, this piece of shit just won't stop chanting "shut up." But yeah, I'll never fucking forget that. Now I'm going. Now the gears are turning, and I'm thinking about it. Albert remembers that. I think even Nick Fury, the next time I talked to him, he's like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, but he wasn't surprised either. Yeah, I was pissed, and I'm still pissed about it. You know. Oh well. It was nice to get all that radio play though, and be among the stars for a minute like that. But ain't that some shit? And that's how it goes. That to this day, I bet if you have a band, your drummer kind of holds all in a weird fucking way, doesn't he? Even if you're like me and you're even a better drummer or whatever for the genre, it don't matter because you need his body, and it's like he's you know you need me kind of mentality, and he's holding all the cards, and it's like don't fuck up. But yep. Oh well.